Tonight we're visiting with Mayor Vergano in Wayne, New Jersey. Welcome to Walking and Talking. Hi, it's Karen Peters with the Karen Peters Group at Coldwell Banker Realty in Wayne, New Jersey. And I am here with the mayor of Wayne, Chris Vergano. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yes,
Thank you for
so
coming and
welcome to Walking and Talking.
and welcome to Town Hall.
I know, you guys just remodeled. It looks
Absolutely.
awesome.
We did a great extension for the police department. We did a redevelopment. We built a new building out back, and finally we have a safe environment for our police department.
Yeah.
So we're very happy. They'll be moving in, finish the moving in probably a couple weeks.
Oh, that's exciting. I came here probably a couple months ago, and you had to go down
Far and away.
45 miles to get right where you needed to go. So that's really
Exactly.
exciting. It does look beautiful.
Thank you.
And it really is such a statement with the library and the high school right here. So that's really exciting for the town.
We're very fortunate.
Yes. So let's get started with some questions.
Okay.
You ready?
Sure.
Okay. So what inspired you to become mayor of Wayne?
Well, a long, long time ago, when my children were young, I was at a party in Packanack Lake, and someone was looking for people to run for the Board of Education. And for some reason, I said, that sounds like a great idea.
And here we are.
And I said, yeah, here we are a few years later. I did spend 9 years on the Board of Ed, and then had the opportunity to run for council and did that for another 9 years. And this is now my 13th year as mayor.
Wow. That's a long time.
It is a long
Yeah.
time.
Well, it's a great town.
It certainly is.
Yes, and we know you care about the town.
I try.
Yes. So tell us your favorite memory of being mayor of Wayne Township.
It's very tough, but probably when we were visited by the President of the United States, who was Barack Obama at the time. And he actually came to see us, I think it was 2011, after a flood we had, and we walked down Fayette Ave together. And it was an interesting day. He brought a billion Secret Service, and the roads were all closed. But it was very interesting to meet with the President of the United States. So I think that's probably the highlight of being mayor.
Well, I would say that's a highlight for a lot of people.
And interesting enough, like 2 months later, he sent me signed photos of him and I.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really interesting.
I see them on your wall.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's really great.
It was a great day.
So tell us about your family. You mentioned that you were at a party in Packanack and your kids.
So I'm married 29 years. I'll be 30 years in April. My wife, Deneen, also grew up in Wayne. And we have 2 children. My son, Kyle, lives in Pines Lake, and my daughter still lives with us. They've both gone through college and
Wayne residents.
And Wayne residents.
We were talking earlier about the Wayne schools. And I find it so interesting when you have a client who is completely in love with their elementary school or their middle school. And it really depends on where their kids go. So there's a lot of schools in Wayne, as we all know. And my kids went to James Fallon, and I've raised 3 kids throughout the whole entire Wayne school system. Whether, I started James Fallon, then we went to Anthony Wayne, and they all graduated from right behind us at Valley. And I think it's so funny that if you have kids that went to an elementary school, that is the best elementary school in the whole entire town.
So for me, I went to Tunis Dye.
Yeah.
My children went to Packanack and then to GW and to Valley, but I grew up on the hillside.
Okay.
But I married a Valley girl,
I don't know.
But it's lasted 29 years so far.
I think you're good.
I think we're okay. But I've always said that people move to Wayne for the school system because we truly have an excellent system here. They try to address the needs of every individual that we have. And I think that's a selling point probably for you.
Absolutely.
When people are looking for a place to live. I mean, I never thought I'd spend my entire life in Wayne, but it happened. I mean, my parents moved here in '62, and we're still here, and I still enjoy being mayor. And there's just so much to do in the township.
Yeah. Well, some of you know my oldest moved to Boulder, Colorado, and I think I cried for 3 months every day because no one leaves Wayne.
Right.
So when we had our son move out of the area, I was like, all my clients stay in Wayne. Everyone I know stays in Wayne, including your family.
Right.
So it's very typical because it is a really great place.
So my parents are still here.
Oh, see?
And they live in Four Seasons. I have friends from kindergarten that are still here.
Not my son. He's out.
Right. Thank you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I also say is Wayne has, it's a very big town. and it feels like a small town, and it has the biggest heart in America.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And we are a big town, and we do have almost 55,000 people. But what I find is when there's somebody in need, the neighborhoods come together, whether it's organizing dinner for the family or raising money or getting clothes or simple things like shopping. Our community takes care of our own.
Absolutely.
And we have a food bank that's located at the Y
Yep.
that I always push for the food bank because they do a great job and they're serving a lot of families in Wayne.
Because there's still need in Wayne, even though,
absolutely.
you know, there's,
Absolutely.
you know, it's a very large town, but as you said, there's all different levels of, you know, people do lose their jobs, and
It happens.
we have to support each other.
So even when we started the summer concert series
Yeah.
last year, and this year we're going to have 7 concerts, but we ask people, I mean, it's free, it's part of the township, but we always ask people to bring a donation for the food bank. And that's just a little way of getting people involved.
That's so
and the food
nice.
bank's run by volunteers.
Yeah.
So that's part of the Wayne community.
I know we helped recently with a big drive for the police department.
Yes.
And they were bringing, like, you know, treat kits in for all the police officers.
Which was so nice.
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative.
Yeah,
They
it was
were.
run actually by a couple neighbors that I have, so that was really exciting. Speaking of the police department, let's talk about safety and security for the town.
Sure.
And then we'll talk about the schools, but let's talk about the police department and, you know, the information you were sharing with me earlier.
So we have a brand new chief of police. His name is Jack McNiff, and he lives in Wayne. His kids go to school in Wayne. His wife is actually a teacher in Wayne. And he just took over the department because we've had some retirements. We've hired 32 new officers in the last 2 years based on retirements. So when you see them out there, it looks like a young group of kids. And they really do look young, some of them. But I will say,
It's all relative.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We're still young
Yeah.
though. But they're very proactive. And you see them in your neighborhood. And people like to see a police car in the neighborhood. And we tell people over and over and over again, please lock your car at night.
Yeah.
Please don't leave your keys and the key fob in the car overnight.
It's a very safe town, but it's still 2020 in northern New Jersey.
Exactly. And at any point in time, anything could happen. But we just finished the renovations, the police department. It's a safe setting now, and it wasn't before. We're going to be having an open house in the police department in the middle of March. We'll have that date for you. I
Yeah.
hope you can come and come for the tour.
Yeah.
But we're very happy with the direction the police department has taken.
And let's talk about safety in the schools, because I know with everything, with the climate that we live in today, it is very scary.
Of course.
And I don't have any kids in the school right now, but I know when you get that text message as a parent that the school is on lockdown or there's something going on, it scares you to death. And, you know, it's beyond frightening. So let's talk about the safety in the schools.
So I'm sure if you go to an elementary school or even the middle schools, you're going to see a police car out
They're
front.
locked down now.
Every morning. It's much more difficult, which is a good thing to get into
Absolutely.
the schools. We have our police officers greeting the kids in the morning. I think that's a great thing. We have the 2 SROs at the 2 high schools. At the middle school level, we now have retired police officers. They're class 3 specials that are in the 3 middle schools. And the Board of Ed just hired 2 more retired police officers that will be rotating through the elementary schools. So there's a tremendous police presence at our schools because we need to take care of our kids.
Yeah, it's all about that.
Absolutely.
It does start with security in the classroom. I know when my kids were in Anthony Wayne, they had the SROs, right? That's
Right.
what they're called.
Sure.
Can't say it properly, but
Actually,
that's okay.
our new chief was one of those many years
and
ago.
you know what, though? I knew I recognized that name.
Sure.
He was the
SRO
Yeah,
at-
when my
at
kids
Anthony
were
Wayne,
yeah.
sure.
And then they removed them,
Right,
which created chaos
Well,
because
I
the
think
kids
that
were
was-
so comfortable.
right. That was a budget decision the Board
And
of
that
Ed
was a long
made
time ago.
a long time ago.
Yeah. So to hear that they're doing it, they're back in the middle schools and also coming in the elementary school.
Right, so they'll be rotating through the elementary school,
Yeah,
so
that's
you'll see different
awesome.
faces, and that's good. So we need to protect our children. We need to protect our houses, and
Yeah.
that's why I said lock your cars, because there are bad people
Yeah.
out there, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But I think our police department has taken an approach in the last 5 years. They're extremely proactive. You see the cars all over the place, and not just at the car wash every Saturday
Yeah.
getting spiffy. But they're doing a lot of community policing. And you've seen it. We have our now Facebook page. We're all over the place, and we like to promote what the police officers doing because they're doing a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Halloween, they went out and handed candy out to
Oh,
the
that's
kids.
fun.
Can you imagine a police car pulls over and
Yeah,
hands your
that's-
kid candy?
Well, I know. I hear Santa comes around in the fire truck
Right.
every year, which is so much fun for all the kids.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Those are all little things that go
Yeah.
on in the town that make the town what it is.
Absolutely. As I said, it's got a big heart.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about a subject that gets a little iffy sometimes: social media and Facebook. So we have the Moms of Wayne Facebook page, which I love, and I'm definitely involved with that. It probably does create a little bit of chaos for the mayor's office and for the police department and the town based on opinions, which are great, and also sometimes some information that may not be all that accurate.
That is correct.
Yes.
So my
yes.
wish would be, if people had a question, all they need to do is email my office, and it's so easy. It's mayor@waynetownship.com. That's it. So instead of somebody saying that Whole Foods is never going to open, and by the way,
Wait,
I can't-
we're saving that for the
we're
end
saving
because
that
that's
for
my
the end.
number one question.
Sorry.
Okay, we have a big announcement. Go ahead.
so instead of people speculating, ask a question. We'll be more than happy to answer their questions.
Yeah.
But social media is good because it promotes so many different activities for our kids that are going on. All the things that we're doing, a lot of partnerships now with the Y, which we've never done before. And that's a really good thing. So we're very happy that we now have that relationship with the Y. It's a great place.
Yeah, and also, you mentioned before about the fact that you have the food drive, and you also have the events for kids and raising money for families if they do have, something happens that tragically to them. That is a great avenue for the town to have those Facebook pages.
Oh, absolutely.
I know you're a little annoyed you can't be on it.
Well,
It is Moms of Facebook. Yeah. So Moms of Wayne. Yes.
Yes, it is.
So when you're not mayor and when you're not a dad or a husband, what are your hobbies? So what else do you like to do?
I really don't have much time to have hobbies.
Oh, come on. Everybody has a hobby.
I like to go down the shore and look at the
Okay.
beach and relax. But mayor is a very complicated job. It's
Yeah.
my part-time job, and a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's a full-time position. So we have a staff here that runs the town, and I'm the CEO of the company.
Yeah. I mean, we're here tonight. It's what time is it? Almost 8 o'clock at
Right.
night. And you did a wedding before we got here.
Oh, we do lots of weddings.
And you met with homeowners that live in Wayne that were
Right.
concerned about something.
And some
So-
potential developers come in all the
yes.
time.
So there's a lot going on.
We have an open door here.
Oh, good. We'll stop by anytime.
Yeah.
And if you weren't a mayor, and I mean, this is kind of a loaded question, what would you be doing to give back to the community?
Well,
I mean, you've had a lot of different roles.
Sure. I started out when I was 16 and I joined the First Aid Squad and spent 15
Oh.
years there.
Okay.
So I probably would go back to the First Aid Squad because I met a lot of good people and they do a lot of good. They're all volunteers. Our fire company volunteers. Then we have all these sports programs with volunteers.
It's crazy.
And then we have Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. We have so many things going on, and it's all about Wayne, and it's
Yeah.
all about the heart of the community.
It is. The other day, I did a post on Moms of Wayne Facebook about buying Girl Scout cookies. And I offered, I think it was 40 cookies out to different Girl Scouts. We ended up having to buy 92 boxes of cookies, which was fantastic. It definitely showed the love. But once again, it's such an involved town. You have the PAL, you have the Boys and Girls Club. There's Packanack has its own sports
Sure.
programs. So there's always something for someone to do, which is awesome. So why do you love Wayne?
I think it started when I grew up here and just had such a fantastic childhood growing up here. And then my children had the same experience. And my kids grew up in Packanack and did all the activities there. And I just think it's a large community, but it's such a small community. So I'll give you an example. On Sunday, I went to Blue and Gold dinner for one of the Cub Scout packs. And here's these adorable kids having so much fun. And, I'm the mayor, so they think I'm like some big guy,
Yeah.
And just to get up and speak and say hello. And those are the great things that go on each and every day.
Well, I saw you in the grocery store, and I was like, hey, how are you? And we know each other from coming in our office
Right.
and supporting Coldwell Banker for grand openings. And I was like, any chance you want to do a walking and talking? And you said, oh, this is what you do when you're not selling houses. I remember. And we were in the vegetable aisle, so that's
Yes,
how
we
this
were.
all got started. If I was working with a client and I wanted to tell them one thing about Wayne Township, what do you think that would be?
I think that people care, even though it's a big town, it's really a small town. And you see that in all the activities and our senior groups and Now we have the farmers market in the summer,
awesome.
which is
And now it's at the Y.
it's at the Y for
Yeah.
the winter, but it'll be coming back in the spring. And we partnered with the Y to do that.
That's great.
It took me 12 years to get a farmers market, and it was a great success. And that, along with the summer concert series. So it's a big town, but we're trying to do little town
Yeah,
things.
that's awesome. So the big question, we have breaking news. Are you ready? When is Whole Foods opening?
So it's a very interesting question. It seems
Are you
like
sick of it?
It seems like everywhere I go, how's Whole Foods coming? So I can officially tell you that the landlord has turned the building over to Whole Foods. And now Whole Foods will begin the process of doing the interior renovations.
That's exciting.
And hope to open by Christmas time
Oh, that's awesome.
of this year.
This year,
This
2020.
year. So for all those people who are saying that it's not coming, the sign's up. They are coming.
Yeah, they have their logo.
We've
Kinda
communicated
legit,
with them multiple times
I'm sure.
on multiple levels at Whole Foods. This is their business plan. It takes this long to build a store. And they'll open
They'll
when
be
they're
there.
ready.
Yes,
They're coming. They're
exactly.
definitely coming.
Well, that's really exciting.
We'll be there for the opening.
We will be.
I'm
I'll
sure.
be there for the opening. We'll cut the ribbon. It'll be great, and then we'll get some food to go and eat
Absolutely.
healthy.
We're ready.
Yes. So, well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely my
I really
pleasure. This was
appreciate it.
fun.
You've been great.
Come by and visit. I'm glad you got to see the wedding.
Yeah, I know. Someone got married. We did an interview. It's just another, another boring night here in Wayne Township.
Exactly.
So thank you again.
Thank you, Karen.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next time, walking and talking around Wayne.